Retail giants such as Walmart and Metro, who operate under the cash and carry model in India, have caused quite a stir in the Indian distribution market. These cash and carry stores offer bulk discounts on products to retailers and wholesalers. As a result, many retailers are now flocking to these outlets to get maximum value on their purchases, thereby completely skipping the route of the traditional distributor. This in turn has impacted the distributor franchise of several companies. So much so that in certain markets, authentic distributors have been forced to quit their businesses as they no more see it as a viable profession. Abhinav Trivedi attempts to understand what has triggered this fluctuation on ground and how this will impact the distribution landscape in India in times to come. Take it away.
Starbucks Global CEO Howard Schultz once said, "The challenge of the retail business is human condition." He can probably exemplify his quote with the contemporary scenario of retail distribution in India. The advent of cash and carry stores like Walmart and Metro over the last few years in the Indian market has caused a lot of action on ground. In certain regions where cash and carry or modern trade is expanding, a bulk of attrition is being reported from the traditional distributors of companies. Cash and carry stores not only offer bulk discounts to retailers but also supply all goods under one roof. This has prompted many retailers, and in some markets even wholesalers, discarding the traditional distributor of a company and switching to the cash and carry option. As a result, attrition ranging from 10% to even 50% has been reported in certain states like Andhra Pradesh, Punjab, Rajasthan and Delhi over the last 2 years. In some cases, distributors are even shutting their businesses and moving to other business.
The distribution models in this country are definitely evolving. And that is leading to some amount of stress in the traditional distributor community with respect to the play of e-commerce players, or more significantly for FMCG, the cash and carry players. Cash and carry offers easy, accessible avenues to smaller retailers to reach out to them and take products at a discount. That does impact the conventional distributors' revenue and overall profitability.
Those markets where you have a lot of cash and carry outlets are the ones which are really affected because you are being for the same pie, or the same consumer which otherwise would be going out and buying from a retail outlet, who in turn is serviced by a conventional distributor. It's the same consumer who's now going to probably a cash and carry and buying it. Not only that much, he's buying in bulk from there. Okay, so you're also blocking future business of a retailer, of a mom and pop store, who in turn otherwise is being serviced by a distributor. Also the same retailer, it's not just the consumer, in want of a better bargain, goes to the cash and carry. So that also hits the distributor's retailer franchise.
This is how the situation is evolving and simultaneously getting complicated. A company or a manufacturer supplies its goods to its authentic distributors, who in turn supply to wholesalers and retail outlets, and consumer buys from these outlets. The cash and carry stores, who also supply goods to retailers and wholesalers, also buy from the various companies and their manufacturers. These cash and carry stores assemble all goods and sell them under one roof. The flip point is that these stores offer huge discounts and sell products in bulk volume to the retailers and wholesalers. This eventually has transformed into more traction from the retailer and the wholesaler community. The bone of contention further deepens when cash and carry stores claim not competing with traditional distributors.
Everybody is seeking value, so the retailers are also seeking value. So it's not so much about the discounts, it's about the convenience of shopping also, which attracts them to the cash and carry format. A retailer wants to provide all kinds of products to its consumers, to its customers and its shoppers. And when they visit a cash and carry store, they are able to shop for everything all under one roof very quickly, and that enables them to spend more time with their customers as well. We don't compete with distributors in any way. Distributors sell through wholesalers, and the 50%, nearly more than 50% of whatever is sold by the distributors is sold through wholesalers. So cash and carry's major customer base is not the wholesaler, it is the retailer.
On the other hand, traditional distributors allege that cash and carry stores issue shopping carts without any verification, which in turn also leads to ordinary consumers buying goods as retailers.
ये पहले तो क्या चेन था, पहले तो खाली ये शॉपकीपर्स को इन्होंने इन टच किया हुआ था, छोटे मोटे रिटेलर्स हैं, होलसेलर्स हैं, उनको टच किया हुआ था, लेकिन आज ये छोटे बिल्कुल जो कंज्यूमर है उसको भी इन्होंने लाइन पे ले लिया, उनके भी इन्होंने कार्ड इशू कर दिए हैं। दुकानदार जो भी है, होलसेलर जितना भी है, वो गलत वे से घूम के जाएगा, अपने मदर के नाम, फादर के नाम, ब्रदर के नाम, सिस्टर के नाम, वट उनके नाम पे कार्ड इशू करवाएगा, वहां से स्टॉक लेगा, तो उनको पता ही नहीं चलेगा, हिडन रहेगा कि हाँ भी वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर है या कंज्यूमर है या कि शॉपकीपर है।
Analysts and researchers describe this as a phase of evolution for retail in India. But traditional distributors still command a robust network pan-India and will continue to be the main staple for FMCG companies. But modern trade like cash and carry has started carving its own niche network, leveraging on their deep pockets and large size. The pertinent question is, how will the structure of this largely impulsive sector change in times to come, and what should be done to ensure that transition happens with minimal losses and less workforce quitting the chain?
The most candid representation of perhaps what will happen is to say that this competition on the ground will continue, right? I don't think they will form one collaborative community all of a sudden, because they are competing for the same customer, they are competing for the same shopper, and they are competing for the same share of wallet, right? What is likely to happen is that manufacturers will start making choices in geographies where it suits them to go through cash and carry, because cash and carry has greater leverage. There will be a greater success of cash and carry in geographies, and this is the vast majority of geographies today, where it still makes sense to go through traditional distributors who have their routes very well planned, distributors who understand their local catchment and tastes. Those distributors will still continue to exist. So I don't see any one format substituting the other anytime soon.
It has to be carefully managed. Cash and carry is a reality. There are consumers and retailers who prefer the more modern formats of retailing, and they will, to a degree, gravitate towards that. But it is the responsibility of the organizations to manage the rest of the portfolio, because India, all said and done, for a long time will predominantly be the conventional distribution models.
Apart from foreign players like Walmart and Metro, local players like Reliance Market are also rapidly expanding their operations across India. In order to outsmart each other in the cash and carry space, the trend of bulk discounting will only increase, making it irresistible for the retailers. That leaves traditional distributors with only one option: becoming innovative and enhancing their own value chain. An approach which has worked with all the traditional distributors across the globe.
Well, that's the story we are going to be keeping track of, so stay tuned to this space. On that note, we're heading into a quick break, but coming up, it's a look at Facebook's latest policy of cutting down organic reach of brands and its repercussions for both Facebook as well as marketers. Stay with us.